Hi my lovelies, happy Saturday. Let's dose before we get ready and go to the beach. Today's gonna be awesome, of course, because it's Saturday. It's a beach day. Woo! Cheers. This is an amazing day for my family. We love the beach. I grew up at the beach. I love the beach. My son, such a beach kid now. So hold on. Okay, so I want to talk about something. I'm on a lot of platforms. I record this on TikTok. TikTok is like home. But I'm on like a lot of platforms, and I'm like meeting a lot of amazing people and trying to like, put myself out there in all different kinds of places. And I have been getting a lot of hate lately, which I just want to say, like, I am all about patience and love and kindness, but if you're gonna come on and be like straight up evil to me, probably not gonna be super sweet to you, or I might just ignore you. But I got one comment that I wouldn't go so far as to say was hateful, but I want to talk about this comment because I want to use it to educate, but I do not want to put this person on blast. I addressed this person personally, and because of the nature of this comment, I do not want to put this person on blast at all, because this was more of a lack of knowledge, and so I want to use it as like a teaching moment without saying exactly who it is, because it didn't come with like true hate. It was just very lack of knowledge, and so I think it's an amazing teaching opportunity. The comment was something along the lines of, they're gonna die on their hill that methadone is legal H. They've never done H, which is kind of interesting, but that they were like addicted to pills and that methadone made them feel like high, basically. So I want to start by saying that anyone who struggles with addiction and makes it back, or even anyone who struggles with addiction and gets up every day to participate in life, is a hero in my book. No matter what you're addicted to, no matter what it is, I know that you have trudged through hell, and I am proud of you. Period. End of thought. Something that I'm going to use myself as the example here. I find, because I was addicted to IVH, and there are so many worse things out there now. Like, the rugs get worse and worse and scarier. And so, like, a rule of thumb that I use is to never think, to know in my heart that even with the extreme hell that I went through, there's gonna be so many people who have it so much worse and so much harder. And that is one of the huge reasons that I fight to spread awareness about MAT, specifically methadone, because of the actual scariness of the world out there, and the fact that people are literally unaliving in the streets, and they should have an option to save their lives and not have to feel bad about it. That's why I'm here, because I lost people specifically because of stigma, and I know how harmful it is to think that way, to think that this is just the same. And with my lived experience, having been someone who struggled with H for many years, and it took me jails, institutions, and I straight up unalives and had to be brought back to life more than once. I know where that takes you, but I don't pretend to think that I know everything just because of what I lived. I only know what I know, and so I also go out and research and try to learn so that my information that I'm giving to you guys is factual and up to date and things like that. I don't want to just be up here like, my experience, I know everything, because I don't. No one does. I am here to share my experience for people who can relate to me and everything I've been through. But if I'm going to be stating like facts, I want them to be backed by actual information. And so I found this comment to be very not factual, you know, just because someone was addicted to the pills they were prescribed doesn't give them the right, I feel, to be like bashing MAT, you know, and have that be the sole basis of their argument. There is always, like I said, going to be people who've lived so much worse. So let's try to fight for them. Understand that there are people on the streets literally unaliving in real time, with sores on their skin, and they don't have a lot of options, and we are about saving lives. And just because your experience with the one time or whatever that you tried methadone made you feel like loopy doesn't mean it shouldn't be an option for other people. There is always going to be someone who had it worse. Probably many someones. I might be one of the someones for this specific person, and there's so many someones who have it worse than me, and that's just a way to look at everything. There are so many people that are struggling with illicit substances that are taking their existence away. And I am truly sorry for anyone who may have had a doctor start them on too many meds, But just because someone got hooked on prescription pills doesn't take away all the experiences of all the people whose lives are saved and made better by a medication. That isn't the sole defining decision, Methadone is chosen specifically, and it's usually prescribed for people who are struggling with things like fent and H and stuff like that, because of the fact that it's so strong that methadone is a better option, because it doesn't make you euphoric. It's going to help with withdrawal. It's going to help with the life of, living through cravings and all that kind of stuff. And so I just feel like if your information is very limited, maybe we don't decide for everyone. You can die on that hill if you want to, but it's sort of an odd hill to die on if you've never even taken that substance. To me, that feels a little wrong, is what I'm saying. I don't think that you're the end all, decide all, especially when you've never even experienced that specific substance. And for those of us who are struggling with that kind of stuff and the rugs that get worse and worse and worse, it is a beautiful option because of the fact that it doesn't produce that kind of euphoria. And it is possible to live a beautiful, functional life, especially if you are taking it as prescribed by your doctor, which is very, very important. So I just wanted to use that as a learning moment that we don't know everything. No one knows everything. And you're welcome to die on whatever hill you want to die on. But I would recommend getting some more accurate information, or maybe just sitting down and allowing other people to speak who have more information. Thank you. Bye.